15 member states have pledged to give protection to 40,000 Afghans, on top of the pledges for resettlement that I do for other areas globally. And I think this is an impressive act of solidarity, being ready to welcoming 40,000 more Afghans for resettlement or humanitarian admission or via evacuation.
Now, the Deputy Afghan Ambassador in Doha, Barakat Rahmati, joins me now live from Washington. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Now, do you think it's a wise move by the European Union?
Certainly. I think the European Union wants to show a gesture of kindness to those who have supported the mission of Western countries, including the European Union and the US in Afghanistan. Many Afghans have contributed to their mission when they were trying to establish a democratic regime in Afghanistan, an effort that is now failed. And so the European Union has a moral duty to provide protection for those whose life is now in danger because of their support and their assistance with the European Union, with the mission of European Union and their member countries in Afghanistan.
Okay, now, Mr. Rahmati, certainly there are people who want to flee the Taliban rule, and the European Union and many other organizations and institutions across the world are doing their part to help them flee. But what about the humanitarian crisis which Afghanistan has been going through since the Taliban take over? What do you think the European Union and countries such as the United States can do at this point to help alleviate the pain and sufferings of the people of Afghanistan?
So what the European Union have offered is to resettle 40,000 Afghans whose life is at risk because of the dramatic political change in Afghanistan. But what they really missed to do at this time is the kind of attention that is required for the developing and unfolding humanitarian catastrophe in Afghanistan. We have a quadruple crisis in Afghanistan. The conflict is the first factor. We have a severe drought in Afghanistan that caused famine and lack of basic food items. We have an economic crisis in Afghanistan. And finally, we don't have a political system that can offer services and provide services to the people. And that, if the European Union fails to address that, I am afraid 40,000 Afghans who will be resettled in the European Union would not be enough, because at least we know that 80,000 people have registered with UNHCR for resettlement out of Afghanistan, but also at least 2 million Afghans are now residing in Iran with easy access to Turkey and through Turkey to European Union. And I believe from inside Afghanistan, there will be more millions, in number of millions of people who would want to flee Afghanistan, and they will eventually find out their ways and end up in the borders of the European Union. So there is a bigger moral duty and obligation by European Union to help the situation in Afghanistan and prevent a humanitarian catastrophe inside of Afghanistan.
All right, Mr. Barakat Rahmati, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.